going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today you find me in a little bit of a weirder position simply because I'm going to be turning the camera right down looking at the desk, because in this video I'm going to be packing my bag for our trip for Cobra Warrior 2025, and we're going to be making multiple videos when we're out there of the days down at Coningsby and also Waddington. So last year in March I went down to Coningsby, had a great time, but Cobra Warrior 2024 was obviously unfortunately cancelled. So this year we're going back down there. Hopefully Waddington's going to be very busy with F-16s and a lot of jets that we haven't really seen before, and also Coningsby as well. So hopefully it's going to be a really busy trip. There's going to be multiple videos coming from it, multiple vlogs, and I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. But without further ado, let's get into packing the rucksack and then show you what I'm taking with me, what kind of equipment I'm taking and why, and how it all goes into the backpack, because this is mainly just my gear backpack. I'm going to be taking another one with clothes and other bits, but you know, the important bit obviously is the camera gear and all the stuff that I'm taking to actually produce the content that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. So obviously, as you can see in front of me here, we have this Beshoi or whatever backpack. It's actually a KNF Concept one, which has been rebranded or whatever to this other thing. It was about 50 quid, I think. And honestly, considering what you get with this and the amount of room you're able to have in this backpack, with fitting gimbal heads in, big camera lenses, whatever, it's quite versatile. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that I cannot fit my 150 to 600 and the R7 all connected into this backpack, so I have to, you know, separate them every time that I want to use it, which is a little annoying. But either way, in the future I'm going to be getting a different backpack, which will hopefully allow me to do that. I do have another one that used to allow me to do it. It's just that that backpack wasn't really suited for getting a lot of stuff in, whereas this one, it allows me to put a lot more stuff in the bag itself. So without further ado, let's open it so you can see the layout. Wrong pocket. The zip's on this side. So as you can see, currently we have this, which is not set up correctly, but it's just a little Velcro where you can set it up like that. And then you have this space here, this bigger space for your lens, and these other spaces for other things that you want to do. If you want as well, what you can do is, you can see these Velcros here and here. These actually will go up to here and here when you actually fold it over, so they'll all stick together. So that means that that part of the bag is more secure. If you only want to open the top flap, or you want to actually just open this bottom bit here, you can actually just undo the zip and have access to this pocket here straight away. So it's really versatile in what you can actually fit in here and how much stuff you can get into this. So without further ado, let's start getting the camera stuff assigned to where it needs to go. So first of all, obviously my 150 to 600 and the adapter for the RF mount, which is right here on the end. As you can see, it only just about fits in this bag with the actual adapter on there. Now I do leave it with the adapter on in this bag, and it is a little bit of a tighter squeeze, but the reason I leave the adapter on is because I could just pull it out, take the cap off, whack it on the camera, and then be good to go to shoot. So it's the quickest way of doing that I've found, which still allows more room for other things to go into the bag. Not to mention, if I was trying to add the camera on, it just wouldn't fit, as you can see. So then I've got a dedicated pocket here for the camera itself. As you can see, it's all nicely sat in there. There's plenty of room, especially because I've got this eye cup on here. As you can see, that protrudes quite a way. That actually fits in there very nicely, and also if I wanted to, it would fit in this little pocket here as well, a little bit tighter. But what I tend to do is I tend to put it in this one like that, and then I can fit something else in there. Then I've got this 24-105 lens, which I just populate in that section there. And then what I can do is I can take my batteries, take them out, and just slot the little battery thing down beside there, so that's in the bag straight away. Again, this pocket here, generally I put some of my extra batteries in here, and then that just zips up like so. So you got 2 extra batteries or 3 extra batteries, which I have. The other one's currently on charge, so I'll just do that now. Just throw that in here. So that's now all nice and good to go. We've got our extra batteries in there. Now, another thing about this bag that I really like, or did really like, is I can open this pocket here on the side, and that comes out. And what you can do is you can actually access the lens from the side like that. And what I used to do before I ended up with the RF mount is this pocket here that you can see. I would actually take my spare SD cards, which are all in here, and I would throw that in that pocket. But now, because of the adapter, it makes it really, really tight. It still works, it still fits, as you can see by that. I've just got it in there, it's in there, and that works. But it does make it a little bit more of a tight fit. So another thing that I have is some extra AA batteries, which can go in that pocket there. Again, this is for my audio recorder, for when I'm doing vlogs and stuff, which I will just get right now. So this is my Tascam audio recorder, as you can see there. And it's got this little microphone, which I can just clip onto myself. That is really, really handy and really good. So that can go in that pocket there, as you can see. Another thing which is really important for the aviation side of things, as you can see, I've got this little antenna, my Uniden scanner. So what I do is I put the antenna in the bigger pocket, and again, the actual scanner itself will just fit in the same pocket as the audio recorder. So that is really nice, it all fits in there pretty well. And then I also have my backup drive, which I use for basically not editing off, but I use for basically storing all my files and stuff. What I usually do is I take the cable out so I'm not bending it in any way, and I put that in under the lens. But again, that can just fit in nicely behind the camera like that. So that then is all secure in there. I also now have this, which is a portable SSD, which I'm going to be editing off. It's an NVMe Gen 4 one. That can go in there. Again, just nicely fitted in these pockets. Very, very nicely thought out, really, to be honest. And then also I have my power bank, which generally I leave in this top bit here. Simply because there's just enough room in there for it, and then I can put like a bottle of water or something else in there, like this cleaning fluid for instance. I can populate that sort of section with that kind of stuff, and in all honesty it still leaves quite a lot of room in this section, and I still have a little bit of room here near the camera, which generally I have this cleaning kit which has a lot of little bits in here for cleaning your camera equipment and stuff. That usually goes there. And then, because I now have a gimbal head, which I will be taking with, I generally fit this on top in some sort of way. So normally that either sits here or like this on top of the camera, or even underneath the camera, so that basically I have everything set up in the way I need it to be. And then when I just close this up, obviously you can see it's quite wide at the moment, But once you start to zip everything up, it all starts to fit in. So if I just show you, give you an example of all that. Start to zip this up. The only point of contention really is this bit with the, I've not tried it with the SD cards in that slot. So again, it is a little tight. There we go. So that is now fully loaded and ready to go. Now you may be thinking, well, you've got your laptop and other stuff to go in as well. That's where, on this bag, on this side, there is a dedicated pocket for this. So we're going to open this up, and there you can see we have a complete laptop sleeve, which, if I just fit my laptop in there, goes in there perfectly fine, not an issue whatsoever. I can just zip it up. Now, obviously the charger for the laptop is currently on the floor, but that will fit in that pocket. As you can see, there is plenty of space in there to get the laptop charger in there as well. As you can see now, there's a lot of room in there, so that's all good. And that is essentially how I will be packing this bag to take with me. Now, so the tripod that I will be using with the gimbal is the one that is currently the one that's using the camera. You can see the legs here. It's the KNF concept one. I will be taking that with me. And what I'm able to do with this bag is just put it in here. It has this little pouch that you can pull out the side. And the feet of the tripod go in here, and the rest of it goes across this side here, which then you can use these straps to strap it to the side of the bag, which means I can get everything in that I ever need in this bag and then carry it around fairly comfortably. My only complaint with this bag currently is that on other rucksacks that I have had and other rucksacks that I have, is there is no actual brace across the middle. So if I get one of my other bags, for example, as you can see here, this is one of my other bags, and this actually has a brace that goes across the middle, which gives you quite a bit of extra support. So that is the only downside to this camera bag that I have currently, and it's one of the reasons that I would love to upgrade the bag in general, or to find a way of actually attaching some of these braces to maybe these to then go across, so that I don't have to worry about that in the future. Another thing, if I was going photographing wildlife or shorebirds or whatever else, I have my little ground pod here, which I won't be taking with me on this trip. But what I've been doing is I just use this little carabiner clip and just clip it on here like that, so that when I'm walking around it's all just attached to the bag itself. There's no actual worry about it coming off or anything like that. Obviously I take the bolt out. I may super glue this bolt in simply because that would be easier, but to be completely honest, it isn't really necessary. And the last thing that will be going in my bag is my shoulder straps for carrying the camera. So yeah, that's the only thing I didn't actually put in the bag in this video, but to be completely honest, as you can see, we've got everything in the bag apart from this, and there's plenty of room to get it in there, so I'm not really worried about that. And the only other thing is the tripod that is obviously holding the camera up right now to actually share with you guys this video. But if I open the camera bag up again, you'll be able to see just how much we've been able to pack in here. And even with that, this wasn't even in the right position. Normally I will loosen it a little bit so that that little bit can move, and then it will sit in the right place here. But honestly, without anything else, like, there's not a lot more that I need to put in the bag and everything's good to go. you can see I've got the camera, I've got the lens, I've got my scanner, my audio recorder, my backup storage, and batteries for the audio recorder, some cleaning fluid, which I don't even know whether I'm actually going to take this, probably not. But then I've got obviously my power bank and a bunch of other stuff for backup, for battery with my phone, and there is also a little adapter that I'm going to be putting in that will allow me to put my phone on top of the camera to be able to record video of the planes and different things as well. So honestly, I think that is about it for this video. We've shown you what the bag's like, how much stuff we're putting in it, how it works, everything like that in terms of, you know, the different pockets and assets that you're able to use. And it's been a really good bag for me so far. I've never had any issues or worries about it breaking or anything like that. So it's a bit of a thumbs up from me. But obviously, like I said, the one downside is the fact that it doesn't have them adjustable straps for around like your chest or your belly or anything to give you a bit of additional back support. So it can be quite heavy carrying all this stuff in the bag like that. But when I'm actually out in the field using the bag, generally it's just the camera, the gimbal head that's in there, and the tripod attached to the side of it, and then without anything else, there really isn't much that is in the bag that I don't actually take out. Like, I take the camera out and the lens out, obviously. Depending on the lens I'm using, this is either in the bag or the big one is in the bag. So it doesn't really matter to me the weight when I'm carrying it around. I try and make it as lightweight as possible. It's just for when I'm actually going on these trips where I know I need to take a bunch of stuff with me. This is how I would load the bag up and everything like that. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.